Hi, Lewis Kemper here with another Wanderer adventure. This adventure has me going from Anchorage, Alaska to Valdez and to Haines, Alaska. After spending time in Anchorage with family and friends, it's a little bit sad leaving there because that means I'm on the return part of my trip. I've had such great adventures and I want to share one more of them with you here today. Leaving Anchorage, I went through the Matanuska Valley. The last time I traveled through there was 43 years ago. I got to see the Matanuska Glacier, which sure has changed a lot in that time frame. I went from there down to Valdez, Alaska, where it was pouring down rain. Only ended up spending one night in Valdez because the weather was just so bad. I left Valdez, then entered Canada again, drove through a portion of the Yukon Territory, going past Kluane Lake, and decided to take a side trip and head into Haines, Alaska. So that's what you're going to see on this adventure, and thanks for joining me here. Enjoy. After leading my workshop and spending time with family, it was time to leave Anchorage. I met up with Jed again. Brenda was in Europe leading a photo tour, and we left Anchorage, driving along the Glen Highway. And the most scenic stop along the way was coming up in the Matanuska Valley and seeing the Matanuska Glacier. The last time I was on this road was 43 years ago. The glacier certainly has shrunk a lot in that time frame. From there, we went on, spent the night camping just outside of Neltina. Woke up the next day. It was kind of a rainy, nasty day. Drove down to Valdez, and the highlight of that drive was seeing the two waterfalls near the end, Bridal Veil and Horsetail Falls. When we were in Valdez, we spent time down by the fish hatchery, watching the salmon and watching a black bear. It poured down rain the whole time we were in Valdez, and we decided to leave a bit early. They say there are two seasons in Alaska, winter and construction. Today is definitely construction season. Lots of stopping of the vehicles, lots of single lane. On a cold, rainy day, heading towards Valdez. I was hoping to spend a couple days in Valdez, but this is the weather forecast for the next 4 or 5 days. So I think I'll be cutting that short and maybe heading into the Yukon Territory sooner than expected. I imagine this would be a really pretty drive if I could see all the mountains. Pretty up ahead with the glaciers coming down the mountains. Too bad I can't see too much of it. Raining pretty hard, heading into Valdez. Leaving Valdez, we retraced our steps to Glen Allen, continued on up to Toke, spent the night about here just above Midway Lake, spent the next night here on the Donjack River, spent the third night just south of Haines Junction, and made it into Haines for the fourth night, spent 2 nights in Haines. And that's what you're going to see in this section of the video. It's a beautiful day leaving Valdez. It's been like this all night. Well, I've only been driving about an hour north of Valdez, and it looks like it's clearing up, so I think that was a pretty smart move. Now we'll see what we can find next. Well, here I am crossing into the border of Canada, or at least the customs station. We actually entered the country about 20 miles ago. So I'm in the Yukon now. Just cruising down the Alaska Highway in the Yukon. You don't see too many cars. We decided to take a little side route and drive to Haines, Alaska. Very, very windy out here. Fighting the van the whole way. The winds are blowing me all over the road. I actually thought this was one of the prettiest sections of road for the whole entire trip. I spent 2 days in Haines, mostly watching bears along the Chilkoot River. The bears would congregate near the fish weir where they count the fish. This was a very busy and popular area for the tourists as well, watching bears.
Maybe read it for kids get here.
Yeah, here they come.
Oh, she's fine. She's used to it. You think so? I sleep next to her.
Just wait.
Did she get one? I think she got one. Yep, she did.
Get one?
Mama did.
Look at the mile on the tree. I know. Hey, mama,
I just want to thank everybody for joining me on this portion of the adventure. And if you like the videos, please subscribe down below and join me on my next adventure as I leave Haines and head towards the Cassiar Highway.